All right, good evening, guys. Ken at Tortoise Capital, nightly strategy podcast for March 13th, 2024. We'll start with hybrid swing trading portfolio. This is Alcoa, 30-minute charts. You can see the this orange or dark brown is the 5-day anchored VWAP. The blue line is the 10-day, and then the black line is the 30-day. When you see that, you see that the shorter term volume weighted price is higher and rising. That's all evidence of bullish psychology about Alcoa. Guys are the shorter term buyers are paying a higher price. This was essentially a COTA 2 entry when it crossed the Bollinger Band mean at the open and held on for 2R and exited at the Dragon, the usual. AI, no trade. Caterpillar, COTA 2 continuation. It was above the VWAPs, above resistance, standard entry, 2R after a standard exit. Cliff, 1, 2, 3 entry after the sell-off that held support at the 30-day low, and 1, 2, 3 entry and got half an R after it stalled and came back to the Dragon. It couldn't get to the longer term VWAPs, but this was the start of something, and the fact that it held above this support makes me optimistic for tomorrow. CVS, initially a COTA 2, which started well and then scratched and then short and then 1R, and it held support at the came back to the 5-day anchored VWAP for about an R. Diamonds, long on the emerging Dragon and scratch for a fraction. Disney, big run up, missed the entry. It rolled over. It was a 1, 2, 3 short when it crossed the VWAP and then held on for an R to close near the end of the day near the low. Devon Energy, emerging Dragon, 1R. Emerging markets, no trade. Ether, no trade. Mexico, oh, what a trade. Held support here at the 10-day. Got a 1, 2, 3 entry early, and it just exploded. So I finally got the second swing position on. This is the sniper trade of the day too. And then closed about a 6R swing trade intraday with the exit at the skin of the Dragon. I really like that in the last half hour, guys bought back more inventory. So I think there's room for that thing to go. Now that it just closed above the 30-day, that means the sell-off could be over. And now that's the beginning of a recovery back up into this good peak up in here. So I don't think Mexico's done. Brazil, scratch, grinding. Intel was a collapsing Dragon short for 4R by the time it was all said and done. IP, intraday quarter of an R after it got well started and then collapsed. I had just got out of it in time to keep a fraction at the VWAP. Real estate rolled over, collapsing Dragon here. I should say, or collapsing VWAP. And then it turned into a kind of a runaway move to the downside for 2R. We'll see if there's any more. If it breaks through the 10-day, then that's the beginning of a big move down that'll be as big as the move up was. So that's got a lot more room in it tomorrow. Coke, continuation. I'm going to continue to hold that because it closed very well. And it's leaving behind the 5, 10, and 30-day fair value VWAP, and that's going. Real estate, got short, or I'm sorry, regional banks, sorry. Regional banks, this rolled over 1, 2, 3 short, holding it overnight, with an R in hand. McDonald's was a huge collapse, and that's about 6R, and it closed at the low of the day. And that's a disaster waiting to happen, because if it breaks below here, look out below. Let's see what that looks like on the longer term on the daily. Yeah, that could be coming all the way back here. That's a collapse of incredible proportions right there. Merck, no trade. I missed that short. Microsoft, missed the long. I was really had my hands full with Mexico today. Marijuana, scratch. Nike, 2R on the Kata 2. Nvidia, no trade. Clean energy, I tried short and it ran all the way down here to 2240, then ran all the way back up, and I just barely got out of it in time. And then it rolled over again, and this time it was a long-term decay. And I'm going to hold that one overnight with 2R in hand. Palantir, missed the long side. Rivian, I'm going to be short. I'm going to carry that short overnight. 2R. I'm actually holding a lot more overnight short than I am long from today. It feels like the market is crumbling a little bit here. Tesla, collapsing dragon after the big gap down, and 3R closing near the low of the day around 170. Boy, is that getting murdered. Walmart closed the 2-position long we had. It was starting to fail, and so was the rest of the market. Just bailed on it. U.S. Steel. Hey, thanks, Joe Biden, for opening your mouth about questioning the validity of the deal, and that dropped 13% like a rocket. And I didn't want to carry that short overnight, because all I got to do is say one positive thing tomorrow, and that'll all reverse. So that's in play. And then XLI, that was yesterday's Kata 2 reentry, and it closed really well. And I took it when it rolled back to the VWAP for about 2R. I'm liking XLI. It's like a poor man's U.S. Steel and Caterpillar combined, obviously. We'll look at the sniper trades. I covered this one extensively in the book club. That's what a 24R trade looks like after losing 1R. And then they all look the same leaving the station. And that's just a series of 2R battle drills using a 15-cent risk box instead of the 13 cents. And then the move from the low of the day to here is what a range stat move looks like. And that's what 26R looks like. The trade in, I was trying Alcoa this morning. This is 1 minute charts. 1, 2, 3 entry for an R after being up 3R at one point. And then a Kata 2 re-entry, and then standard exit for 3. Just right by the numbers. With a standard risk box, hold your nose and speculate in and be ready just to manage the risk. Let's take a look at the traders. Hamad was well prepared. Let's get this one up here. Come on. He thought he was lucky for Apple, but he was prepared for Apple. With XLK was in territory to move, and Apple was the worst, and it was an OR3, and he got short, and he noticed a possible second entry, but he waited for a 1, 2, 3 exit for 2.3 and got a little taste here. Nice way to get started. AMD, not so much. Not sure why we get out of that so early because the move was available. Tesla, missed the OR3 because we were committed in Apple, I guess. This is still pretty good work in here for a net scratch. There just wasn't much room. Jonathan, this is a great stop and reverse here. He covers half of this short and then keeps the other half and then exits here. There was maybe the entry could have been a little higher, and then that would have given us a little more room to work. Let's see. Yeah, I don't mind taking them at lunch as long as it's in play like that. I just maybe reduce the risk box a little bit. Grinding here. If we're gonna be committed to Tesla or Brazil, hey, I want you using Mexico, man, instead of which I gave equal billing to Mexico and Brazil, but I wanted to say Mexico. If you're committed to Brazil anyway, then our entry here. And the choppiness in the price, that's why the R10 gives you want to make that bright like it is, so you can see that as a cotta 2 and an entry right here. It helps you process and ignore the width of the bars. And then that would give you probably an exit here instead of an entry there. And that would have added 2 to 3 more R. And those are fine. Just you get caught in the chop there after the move occurred. Add Mexico. George, perfect work here on DIA. That reversal's tradable. Great work on Coke for 1.3. When this one fails and goes through the VWAP, maybe that's a way to get out sooner. And there's a re-entry in here. And that's good work. The 1, 2, 3 entry might have been taken here a little bit earlier, but it doesn't change the numbers much. But pretty good day at work for everybody. Oh, wait a minute. My brother uploaded one in ETHE. Hold on. Here's his long-term trade in ETHE from 22.5 to 32.5. That's a 50% move, and he finally got the exit here. And on a pretty tight risk box that gives you.
Yeah. Watch it for
as much
tomorrow,
as you want.
folks. It's coming back, I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my ears on here. Go ahead, brother.
I'm just saying, I took at the top here, it had gotten way up. Then it came down that next day. So I put $1 on the top just so I wouldn't lose too much.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually gonna, so if you notice this the low on the day before today is right there. Just so you just passed it.
Yep.
So now you could be getting a 1, 2, 3 entry tomorrow. I think.
Yeah, anything above this at 32.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing.
Oh yeah.
That's
well, people are too afraid to get into Bitcoin, and I think it's just gonna, and the same thing with sound. Yep. It's now SOUN.
Yep.
I had gotten out. I don't know if you did my chart the other day, but I got back out in right at the beginning of March there.
Yep.
And then this is a 23% move. my first
Yeah,
position to the second. And it's only a 30-cent stop. So I mean,
yeah, that one's in good shape.
you might want to, I have this shown on the daily chart, but it's a great 30-minute chart for right now if people want to look at it. Anyway, that's just me. That's one of my pet stocks. I like it.
Yeah, there's your 30-minute on it.
Yeah, it's just if you look at it on the 3 or the 9-day, you'll see that this has a chance to really go nuts.
Yep.
Anyway, that's all from me.
Yeah, that's your
Ciao for now.
That's your 3-day, all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No resistance in sight.
Yeah,
It's
and
on its way to 18 from 8. That's 150% upside.
Yeah. It's not for the timid. It
Yeah,
is
no
not for the
place
timid.
for a nervous or no place
Yeah.
for a nervous person. Mickey Redmond. Yeah, so the way to look at that is when you take the the tops of the R10s.
Yep.
This is where it just got into the summer. So it's left all of this behind. That's
Yep.
solid support. That's solid support. And it closed here.
Yeah, they've got a big partnership with NVIDIA, so that's
Yep.
When people are looking at, if NVIDIA wavers a little bit, I think they're transferring money into this just because it has a big chance to suck up a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, this was the big partnership,
Yeah.
20 years ago, Microsoft and Intel. And now it's NVIDIA and sound because of AI.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Another little pocket stock I really like is the RX. That I wouldn't look at it, but I mean, I like it. It's another one of those.
Well, don't tell me you like it and then don't look
Okay,
at
well,
it.
I like it.
Why would you say that?
I like it because it's an AI. It's AI driven pharmaceutical research. So RX.
Yeah, same principle.
Same. Yep. And it's just ready to break out. So similar to sound.
So anything north of 11.
Yep.
And even if it just does this breakout and recover, you got a chance for a plus 50% move.
Yep.
To here. And if it breaks above 16, look out above.
Yep.
This is all the big selling that occurs after their lockup expires and everybody's selling their initial positions. And then this is the transition and cyclic trading. And now the potential for the next generation. It's now a teenager. All righty.
So I will officially say I like it and
Yep.
do with it what you will, gentlemen and ladies.
So 150-day look back, all-time highs up here for S&P. Got to love that small range, strong finish with the S&P. 30-day was solid, or 30-minute was solid. Yeah, bullish normal, strongly overbought. The only warning, again, is the volatility with risk off. That's keeping it mindful. And this is the haves and have-nots. The guys that are really weak, cracking to new lows, Boeing, Tesla, but then joy from Coke and JP Morgan, Devon Energy, 3M. That's one of the reasons XLI is working. 3M and Caterpillar. Get XLI on here. Weakness in clean energy, strength in energy and materials. Nothing wrong with that. And here's the beginning of joy in Mexico. A 128, that is an enormous vote up. And that the energy sector is strong in Mexico, and it benefited from that boost in XLE too, by the way. Summer domination. Sorry. And let's see, winners continue to win. There's some energy. Where's my Mexico? 245 in Mexico. Wow. And this sell-off here in treasuries is a vote towards securities. Like Coke. That's good stuff. Cat. Yeah. Really good shape there. XLI. That's going to benefit from any kind of economic freebies from the administration as they try to continue to strengthen Main Street economy. XLI is likely to benefit from that. All right, let's see. Finish up with yep, standard getting weaker here. Cautionary tales. And our trading vehicles. The Holy Trinity, marijuana, Tesla, clean energy, all of them on the short side. All right, fellas, that's all for today. We'll get it published and posted. I'm going to post the book club discussion of the 10 typical traders tonight. And I posted some reference material about, planning considerations for transition to professional trading through a professional lens, sort of a rubric to check your own mental and emotional readiness if you're thinking of that. Okay. My daughter's home. We're going to have some dinner here shortly. She's flying to Belgium tomorrow and then train ride to Budapest. High adventure. Take good care, guys, and we shall see you tomorrow.
I did buy the book.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at another one as well in that same vein.
And
Just
they
as a
had,
double check.
Yep, I had they had an offer for
Yeah,
another.
hold what you got. Let me stop the recording.
Sorry.